Hello everybody, this is Linda DeVitis, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, certified healer, Reiki healer, magnified healer, dolphin healer, and a whole bunch more. To see what services I offer, you can go to healingsonthego.com. I would like to introduce my special guest, Valerie Ingelson, to the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me tonight.
She's a holistic health practitioner, certified nutritional consultant, counselor, certified essential oils specialist, certified essential emotional coach, and a whole bunch more. I would let her introduce herself to you.
Hi, so I'm a board certified holistic health practitioner, and I've been doing work in the healing area for about 18 years.
Wow, that's excellent. Yeah. Wow.
And I got into essential oils about 4 years ago, not knowing much about them. I had studied some of them, but really never had it. My focus was never on that. And then I was introduced to it. And then once I was introduced to the world of essential oils, I just dove right in, and my life has never been the same. They are it's the favorite part of what I do.
Wow.
It's my passion, and is just an unbelievable area of healing.
That's awesome. What made you interested in essential oils? What drove you to them?
Well, I guess you could say my journey of healing started over 25 years ago.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was diagnosed with a panic disorder. And at that time, there was no internet. I was basically given a pill and said, take the pill and that's it. And
Wow.
I didn't like that. I was told I was going to be on medication my entire life. And that didn't sit very well with me. And I said to the doctor, no, I'm not. So I went into that was the start of my whole journey and learning about health. And I wanted to know why. And I ended up healing myself through nutrition, through wellness. Mm-hmm. And had I had the tools of essential oils then, I probably would have been in a whole different worlds of healing for myself, but I didn't. So then I discovered them, and I now integrate them into when I'm working with my clients.
Wow,
to
that's
help
beautiful.
to help heal them.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
What are your primary, what is your two favorite oils? I mean, I'm sure they're all your favorite, but the ones you started with.
Oh gosh, there's so many great oils. I always say that if I'm on a desert island, my favorite oil and the only one I would take would be oregano oil.
Oh, wow.
Because oregano is antiviral and antibacterial, and it's really one of the most powerful oils out there. That's one of them. The next one I would say would be frankincense, which is considered the king of oils.
Wow.
So when you understand how oils work, then you understand why these two are so powerful. So say you have a cold, right? And you go into a drugstore and you get all the cold medications. They don't really work. Well, there's a reason they don't really work, because if you have a virus, viruses live inside a cell.
Wow.
And our cells have a lipid membrane, and that lipid membrane is fat, and water can penetrate oil. So what happens is that because the water-based products can penetrate the cells, they do actually nothing. But this is where oils are so amazing. What they do is an oil can penetrate an oil. So an oil such as oregano oil can get into that cell and stop the duplication of that virus.
Oh, wow.
So that is why it is so powerful and potent. And you only need a little bit.
Wow, that's really good. I heard, because I drink oregano when my stomach is upset, and I heard it helps against UTIs and different stuff like that, from what I heard. But oregano really helps me a lot with nausea and stuff. Some people digest oils, or do you recommend they could ingest, take it, or rub it on their skin?
Well, that's what we have to understand is that about 80% to 85% of all the oils on the market today are adulterated. Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at a bottle and it says not for internal consumption, you know it's not pure.
Right.
The oils we use are 100% pure, and they are 100% natural. Everything is what the earth gives us. And they are grown where the oils are made where they're grown indigenously throughout the world. So I always say, would you rather eat an orange from Florida? Would you rather eat an orange from New York?
Exactly.
Because you want to get where the soil offers the best product. So So that's why when they're grown indigenously throughout the world, we get the best product. That's why we know our stuff is safe for internal consumption. Not every oil, there are a few oils that are not, but on the bottle it will say, if it has supplement facts, that means you could take it internally. So actually our oils are meant to be taken internally. But there are 3 ways we could take it internally. We can use it topically, we can use it aromatically.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. A quick hello to Anne and Todd. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everybody. Please do like and share. I didn't know you can actually inhale it as well. That's really good.
Yes, we want to use oils aromatically for conditions such as, maybe attenuating viruses or opening up our respiratory passageways. Something for internal could be for a digestive issue, right? Topically, it could be for anything that's affecting your skin. So there's the 3 different ways of using it, and sometimes we use we use 1 or 2 or even 3 applications depending upon what health issue I'm working with at the moment. So if somebody has, let's say, some stomach issues, some digestive issues under the umbrella of like irritable bowel diseases, then I will use them topically because you could put them in your belly button, because the belly button is loaded with nerve endings, and then it works through the belly button and orally as well. So that's 2 ways of using it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was reading, because now I put castor oil in my belly, because some people say that, it helps get things moving. If there's any cysts or anything, it just clears it out. So at first I had started a lot, and it's so funny. I was putting like a whole thing in there, and they're like, no, start slow. And then when I first did that, I'm like, I shouldn't have put so much, because I felt a little bit weird. Maybe it was clearing something, I don't know. But I should have started like just a little bit at a time.
Well, that's the thing with essential oils. 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. They're that potent.
Oh, wow.
So you only need a very little bit.
Exactly. That's awesome. They're very healing. And like now that there's a lot of cold and flus, which one do you recommend?
Well, there's a few of them. There are several oils that are antiviral, which we can use. So like if the virus is in the home, we can diffuse an oil called On Guard, because it has clove, and clove is an antiviral, and it helps clear the air. That's one of them. If you want to take something internally, you can use the On Guard, but you can also use oregano. So for me, what I do personally every day, prophylactically, is I have a mixture of olive oil and oregano, and I put a couple of drops under my tongue sublingually, which means it goes through the bloodstream instead of being digested. And I do that every day. I've been doing that every day for the last 18 years.
Oh, wow. And lemon, too. For some reason, lemon, I drink it, but it sometimes bothers my belly. I don't know why. And
Lemon, like from a lemon or from lemon oil?
Lemon, the juice.
The juice, yes.
Yeah.
It can be very
Acidic,
disturbing
right?
to the stomach, but lemon oil isn't, because the lemon oil does not come from the actual fruit. It comes from the rind. So it's pulling the oil out of the rind. And actually, lemon is very good for this time of year as well, because it helps the body's production of glutathione, which is a master antioxidant, which helps protect us during the season of unmentionables.
Oh, wow. Is there any certifications or things that you need to do? Like some people, you know how they say, oh, is it FDA? But that's just when it becomes pharmaceutical. They ask, like, is it like some kind of certification?
Well, we have certified pure therapeutic grade oils.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. The oil industry is not regulated at this point by the FDA.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Because I just came out with a vitamin, and they said it's FDA inspected but not approved, because that's usually pharmaceutical. The pills and all that stuff is usually FDA.
Our lavender has been certified pharmaceutical grade.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And of course, people that suffer a lot with migraines, what would you recommend? I know my mom suffers a lot, but I do believe it's from the falls that she's had.
Well, first I would look at what their diet is, and I would look at what's going on in their life. Are they exposed to environmental toxins? What's going on in their life? Because there's a lot of different things that can affect our health. It's not just what we put in our body; it's what we put on our body, what we breathe in, and also, what knowledge we're taking in that could upset us. So for headaches, what I would recommend, there's a couple of different ways depending on the severity of the headache, is frankincense on the roof of the mouth.
Oh, wow.
right? And peppermint on the temples, because peppermint opens the
Vessels?
the vessels in the temple, and those two together work. There's also an oil we have called past tense, which also can help that as well. So depending on, everyone responds differently to the oil. So again, sometimes it's figuring out which oil works for the person and the situation that involves.
Oh, wow. And does it, like she's on a bunch of medicine, would it interact with them or?
There's usually no contraindications with medications, but I'd always check, and I would get a list of medications a person is on and always make sure to check it. Legally, I can never tell a person to get off a medication.
You're
I
right.
leave that up to them to speak to their physician.
Yes, of course. Because you know how they say don't mix one thing with the other because there's side effects. And that's what some people are very nervous about. Even with the natural, they say that herbs have side effects too.
Well, I can only speak for oils. There are only side benefits, no real side effects.
Good, that's excellent.
Yeah, because you're talking about a plant. It's a plant. The oils are organic and we're organic. What oils actually do is it restores function and balance to the body, allowing the body to heal and giving the body the best opportunity to do what it does best. So that's what's the beauty of it. It actually allows the body to thrive.
Wow, that's beautiful. Do you have any great stories to share with some of your clients? Those are interesting to hear.
Oh, well, I can tell. I work with a lot of clients with a whole bunch of different health issues. We use oils for people with type 2 diabetes.
Oh, wow.
PCOS. I have people who have cancer who I work with as well.
Oh, wow.
I use, skin issues. One day, oh gosh, I was boiling some water and I actually poured the boiling water on my hand. Wow. So I covered my hand with honey and I put on peppermint to cool it and lavender to soothe it and aroma chamomile to calm it down. Covered it and I had, within a half hour, I didn't even know I had hot water on my hand. No bubbling, no burning, nothing.
Oh, I wish I knew that with my daughter because she got hurt, unfortunately, with hot chocolate. And we had to go so many times to the doctor. And now it has kind of like a little mark, not a bubble, but like, like a little mark that we're putting everyday vitamin E. So that's what the doctor said. But I know there must be other things too that you can do.
There's other oils you can use. Lavender is very calming and soothing to the skin. An oil like helichrysum also is very healing. You can even try frankincense. Frankincense is, you want to talk about stories? So like I go for my yearly checkup for skin, the dermatologist, and about a year ago she saw something on my forehead and she said, I don't like this, I'm going to freeze it off. And she froze it off. She goes, but you're going to have to come back here in 6 months. And I'm like, why? She says, I'm going to have to dig it out. I'm like,
oh no.
Okay. So I went home and after she froze it off, I put frankincense on the spot twice a day for 3 months. When I went back for my 6-month checkup, she couldn't find it.
Oh, wow. Thank God.
Right?
See, you healed yourself.
She couldn't find it, so that was a really great thing.
Thank God.
I have people, again, we're going back to the stomach issues, using an oil called Digest and in the belly button. It helps with a whole host of stomach issues. And it gets, it helps, it rebalances the body.
Wow, that's excellent. Yeah. Everyone needs something. Well, not everyone, I shouldn't speak in general, but sometimes there's things that need to be healed. And with my mom too, that suffers every night from migraines. No matter what kind of medicine, she always has migraines constantly.
Well, the problem with medications is that it always comes with a whole boatload of side effects.
Yes. And she says her dad had it. She goes, it's genetics. I go, no, it doesn't have to be, I told her.
No, absolutely not.
I told her, don't believe that, because just because your father must have had something else, and maybe yours is coming from your neck, because she has, trying to get her to the chiropractor to, look at it, but too bad she's too far away. So anyway, long story short, I believe that a lot of people, like my friend has a lot of discomfort in her belly. She has H. pylori. So she's very sensitive with medicine. So she's like, I'll do my own herbs. But I told her, just be careful, with that stuff, because they say it could get worse, H. pylori.
Well, that's a bacteria. So yes, that can be. We can use oils to help with that, to help the situation. Yes. It's just knowing the person. It's when I'm working with oils, I'm not just looking at the oils. I'm looking at their whole
being.
The whole being. What are they eating? What are they drinking? What's their environment? And then I try to, like, I'm kind of like a private investigator, kind of figuring out what's going on with them. And that, and it's, again, it's a process, because holistic healing and natural healing takes time.
Yes,
I always say 9 months to make a baby, 9 months to unmake a baby, because the body needs time to heal. We're so used to in today's society of getting a pill and fixing it right away, but that doesn't work. And that usually never addresses the root cause. We want to get to the root cause and why something's happening, not just put a Band-Aid on it. Band-Aids don't work, because something else will pop up down the line.
Exactly, that's so true. And what do you say for people that are sensitive? Like,
Sensitive?
it could be like, they're scared that if they do something, that it'll bother them. Like maybe they have like a lot of sensitivities in eating, and then they're scared that if they try something like an oil, it might affect them.
Well, okay, no oils have to be taken internally. We can always address something topically by merely putting oils on the bottom of our feet. Actually, that's how we do it with babies and older people, on the bottom of the feet. There are many people who do not want to take oils internally, and that's okay. I choose to take oils internally, and a lot of people I work with takes oils internally, but we can address health issues without taking them internally. So sensitivity, there are no proteins in oils. Allergies occur when you have a protein. There is no proteins. Can you have a sensitivity? A slight one, but we get rid of that by using a carrier oil to help dilute the oil so it's not going to have a sensitive reaction.
Okay, so it's for all skin types, right?
Yes, and there's different carrier oils depending upon what a person likes. We can use olive oil, we can use coconut oil, jojoba oil. Those are all carrier oils. It doesn't decrease the efficiency of how the oil works, but what it just does is it takes a little longer to get absorbed, and it holds the oil in place. And so, because these oils are what we call volatile organic compounds, and if you left a bottle uncapped, it would evaporate. So sometimes if you just put an oil on your skin straight, we call it neat, without a carrier oil, it can evaporate quickly. Using a carrier oil, like I had just said, will hold the essential oil in place so that it does not evaporate. So it's all about dilution. I even use them on my dog.
Well, that's good.
It's about dilution. We want to make sure that there isn't a sensitivity. And can you get a sensitivity? There are people who can, but then we just dilute it more.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back with my special guest. She's a holistic doctor and has No, you're not a holistic doctor?
I'm not a doctor, no.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
Okay, well, you are like a doctor, so that's how I'm going to introduce
Holistic
you.
practitioner.
Okay. Valerie Ingleson, welcome back.
Thank you very much again for having me here.
Oh, my pleasure. So how do you apply them? Can you give us a little example?
Sure. So
Yeah.
I'm going to show you 3 different ways to use an essential oil.
Okay.
Really simple, and we're going to use peppermint oil. So it takes just 1 drop. Give me your palm.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put a drop of peppermint oil in your... Okay, rub your hands together. Now I'd like you to close your eyes and cover your nose and mouth with your hands and breathe it in. So that's aromatic use.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Then take your thumb and put it in your hand, and then put it to the roof of your mouth.
You're sure, right?
I'm sure, yes. And just hold it there for a second or 2 and take a deep breath.
Yeah, I felt it right up my
That's
nose.
aromatic. Now rub it on the back of your neck. Now that's topical.
Oh, wow.
So that would cool your body down.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It doesn't reduce your body temperature, but what it does, it makes your body feel cooler. So you would use peppermint oil for, say, a child who has a temperature or a woman
wow.
who has a hot flash.
Okay, and that's
Yeah,
what I was
so-
going to bring it up.
So it's really good when you. I remember I was somewhere with my friend and I saw her like this hot flash come over her. So I took my peppermint oil and like pouring it down her neck to cool her down because she was suffering so terribly.
Yeah, that's horrible. And that's the one thing we hear about menopause, that you have hot flashes and this and that. Oh, boy. So you have essential oils for that, which is good.
Yes. Well, there's the peppermint, which will help cool down the body. There's also one called Claricalm that you can use transdominally that will help regulate some of the hormones that are fluctuating in the body. So those are 2 things. And then we have also some supplements that can also help stabilize hormones as well.
That's awesome. And so you could just rub it on your stomach, or?
Well, this particular one, Claricalm, it comes in a roller ball. So you just take it and you just roll it on your stomach transdominally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it helps with the hormones. That's awesome.
Yeah, it helps. It helps balance out. It has something called Vitex in it, which is really great to help balance out hormones.
Oh, wow. And I forgot, there was this one lady that she used to take an oil, I don't remember which one, and she would hold it in back of her ears. Well, does it help with ear aches? I don't know.
If one of my kids would have their ear would be bothering them, I would put tea tree and I would put lavender, and the next day they're not bothered anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what she was doing, because I told her, what are you doing? She was selling oils too. And then she said that she's massaging it in back of her ear. Well, I was like, that's interesting. It's good to know that it helps in a lot of areas.
Yes, but I must say that not all oils are created equal.
Right.
And 80 to 85% of all the oils on the market are adulterated. So it's so important. The oils I use are 100% pure. I use doTERRA. And I've actually been out to Salt Lake City and watched them, and the magic behind the scenes is just absolutely incredible to actually see the vats of oil. I'm like, I want to jump into that oil. It was just we're backed by doctors. We have a whole medical advisory board, which gives me such peace of mind and comfort when I'm talking to people about them, because we're backed by medical doctors.
Wow. Well, that's good. Do you have any oils for vertigo? Because I suffered a lot with that and still recuperating, but, there's sometimes when it comes in visits, so there's no oil for that.
Grounding
yeah.
Grounding oils, yeah.
I put a lot of stones in me, and it was so funny because when I was at my worst years ago, I used to put hematite in my shoes.
Okay.
And, all that stuff. So that's funny. Anything for like heart condition, people that have anxiety, because that's a big one.
Well, yes, we have a line called Adaptive, and there are 3 different products. One is a roller ball, one is an oil, and the oil I put in my diffuser. I actually diffuse that every night before I go to sleep. My dog loves it. It helps him calm down from the day.
Oh, wow.
It has copaiba and lavender and a few other wild orange, and it's very calming to the body. And then it also comes with a supplement. So, you wanted a story. So last year, I believe it was March, I was on a plane to Phoenix. And it was about a 6-hour flight, and that was the time when masks were still worn and they were diverting flights. So I paid extra to have an aisle seat. Well, the poor woman next to me was clearly in distress. There was terrible turbulence. We weren't allowed to walk around the plane.
Wow.
She was pacing that aisle, and the flight attendants didn't know what to do. She was sweating bullets. she was hyperventilating.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not getting to Phoenix. This flight is going to be diverted. So I said,
Oh,
I
no.
need to do something. So I took out my adaptive roller, because I always travel with oils.
That's good.
I always have oils on me. So I took
That's
out my
good.
adaptive oils, and I said, ma'am, will you trust me? And she looked at me. She was literally
Poor
desperate. I
lady.
felt
She's lucky she
so
found
bad.
you.
So I put the adaptive in her hands, and I did exactly what we just did with you. I had her rub her hands together. I had her deep breathe a few times, and then put in the back of her neck. Her breathing returned to normal, and
Wow.
the flight attendants were like, thank you, because it got very dicey, because
Wow.
she wasn't being cooperative. So that's what this oil for anxiety does. There are a few different oils that we have for anxious feelings. This line is my first go-to, but there are other oils. There's an oil called vetiver, which is very calming. There's
Like lavender.
lavender is very calming. Serenity
Yeah.
is very calming. Everybody responds to oils differently, because all the oils as well have emotional components to them, so that we might react. Like if you have an aversion to an oil, it might be the oil you actually need versus liking an oil. Because I remember for a while I couldn't understand why I didn't like Melissa. That's an oil.
I was like, who's that?
There's Melissa oil. And I was like, and my mentor said to me, well, that's probably because it's an oil you need. And then I dove into the emotional components behind the oil, and I'm like, oh yeah, I needed that. I needed that oil.
That is so funny.
It's understanding. That's why I went on to study and become certified in essentials emotions, because we hold our emotions in our body parts, and holding them in our body
Right.
parts, we have to release those emotions. So,
Right.
and we work with the oils to use them to anchor and release emotions.
Oh, wow.
So it's really, so that's a huge thing, right? Especially in the last few years.
Can you tell us, for the people that don't know, what a carrier oil means?
A carrier oil is just an oil that you mix with an essential oil. So I make a lot of blends in a roller bottle. So a carrier oil is just another oil, such as olive oil or coconut oil, jojoba oil, those almonds oil, any of those oils. You could pick your own one. If I'm taking it internally, I tend to use olive oil. But if I'm making a roller ball, I'll use coconut oil, but liquid coconut oil, not the solid, because you want it to roll in the ball. You can't put a solid in there. We call it fractionated coconut oil, so there's no solids in it.
And the famous one is people love skincare. So is there anyone that's very good for the skin? I saw one lady, she was putting castor oil and frankincense.
Yes, frankincense is fantastic for the skin.
Okay.
It is. I use an oil blend called Immortelle on my skin. People are always asking me about my skin, so I always tell them for the oil, the Immortelle has 6 oils. It has frankincense, myrrh, rose, helichrysum, lavender, and sandalwood. Those are the best skin oils in one roller bottle, pure, not diluted.
Oh, wow.
So that's one I use. And then the other oil I use, which I absolutely adore, it's called yarrow palm. It's from the yarrow plant and the pomegranate. I only use it at night because it has a blue casting, and I don't want to walk around looking like a Smurf. So, so I use that at night, but it helps about the skin build collagen. So I love those 2 products. They are I go through them I go through so much of them because that's what I use. I don't use any other skincare products.
Wow, that's amazing. And for deep lines in the throat,
Yeah, I use it
everywhere.
over my face, and I use it on my neck and my chest. People are amazed about my
Yeah,
my
you have a
chest.
beautiful glow.
Thank you. Yes.
And there was another question this friend of mine asked me. She said if she has large pores, should she not put oil on her face? Because I guess that maybe it's the oil glands. I don't know.
No, it's fine. It has nothing to do with pores. There are some oils that can reduce the size of pores as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you recommend?
I honestly, that one off the top of my head, I don't know. But I started using geranium oil this morning because I noticed I had some little bit of puffiness under my eyes. So there's a couple of oils I would sometimes go to cypress, because cypress can help reduce swelling, but that wasn't working. So I started using the geranium. So that's really known for working on darkness and puffy eyes.
Oh, wow.
But pores, any of the skincare oils, but specifically for pores, I don't know. I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay, no worries. That's awesome. So I'm thinking, what else? What other things do you hear about, common that people? I'm just thinking, there's so many things. What else could you use the oil with? For example, any other arm pain, or I don't know. There's like such
Yes.
different things.
Yes, we have something called Deep Blue. It comes in a couple different ways of using it. We have a rub. It's sort of like a healthy icy hot. So we
Nice.
have that. We have a stick that has copaiba in it, and that is more targeted support. So like for a knee, like for a whole leg, I wouldn't use it, but if you wanted for like a knee or an elbow. Then there's the oil. You can actually add the oil to the rub to make it more potent.
Oh, wow.
You can also add more other oils into that to make it more potent, depending upon, like marjoram we use for more muscular stuff, and we have birch for more bone-related stuff, and then there is lemongrass for more ligaments. So depending upon the part of the body that is, that is hurting, we can target it specifically. Again, it's personal because everybody responds differently.
right,
My
right.
mom uses the Deep Blue before she goes to sleep at night because she gets terrible leg cramps, and it helps with the leg cramps. But the Deep Blue is also good for menstrual cramps as well.
Oh,
So I know
wow.
women who use it for menstrual cramps. So again,
It's
there's no one specific oil. They have multiple purposes, which is the beauty of it as well. It's like I have a box in my kitchen, and that's my toolbox. That's my health. My health in the box, and I go to it and when I need something. Yeah.
So like for arthritis, right? Is it okay, or?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, absolutely. Any kind of pain is good for it, depending on, again, it's also addressing why do you have arthritis?
Yeah.
What are you eating? Are you eating nightshade vegetables? That can contribute to it. That is white potatoes, eggplant, anything, tomato, and bell peppers
Yes.
too. So that would be like, I would say, okay, we can address it, but you need to address your diet.
Oh.
Listen.
Bell peppers aren't good because
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have arthritis, they're
Oh,
fine. Listen, you know what? I teach people how to live a healthy life. If they're going to eat bad stuff and think they can take a pill and be healthy, that's on them.
Right, right.
I can't.
You can't force them.
I can't force people to change their ways. So even if the oils are going to work, but you have to give your body a fighting
Yeah,
start.
of
You
course.
have to give yourself foundational health. You can't eat all this junk and think that
Yeah, your body's going to be nice to
your
you.
body's going to respond to an oil. It will, but it's all, like, so for example, lavender. Lavender is great for skin conditions, but if you're eating foods and you're using toxic chemicals on your on your skincare products and your clothing and your laundry detergent, no amount of it is going to work. So I kind of like say, if you have a fire and that fire is being fed by a gas source, no matter how much water you put on that fire, until you shut that gas off, it's never going to go out.
Right.
The same thing
Because you have
holds
to
true.
take care of yourself, yeah.
Yes, from the inside out. So
Exactly.
that's what's really important. Is it a miracle? They're great and they're wonderful, and if you use them correctly, you could take such great care of yourself. But you got to do the work on the inside too.
Exactly. It's true. You can't eat potato chips and then expect to be healthy.
No, not at all.
I know, it's funny. Because some people will complain, they're like, oh, but I just ate a bag of chips. I'm like, okay, once in a while, because my doctor used to yell at me. She's like, you eat too healthy. You need a little junk too. You need, the bad cholesterol too. You can't always eat so good because I would eat really good, And
I
then
don't
she's
agree
like,
with that doctor. I'd
"Oh,
find
yeah."
a new doctor.
Really? Because she tells me that. She's like, you eat too healthy. Once in a while, your body needs the bad, the yin and the yang,
No,
she told me.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. One bad meal can really hurt your health.
Yeah. I'm just the way I am. I love healthy stuff anyway. So whether she tells me or not, I know that I love eating fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. So
That's all good stuff.
that was funny. She used to laugh with me. She's like, just have a little burger once in a while. It's okay. I'm like, I do eat burgers, but
Well, meat in of itself is not terrible if you know the source.
Right.
And if you're getting good quality and it's not fed, if the cow is not,
Yeah, grass-fed. That's what I like, grass-fed.
yeah. It has to do with the sourcing and how the animal's killed and how the animal is raised.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because unless we really know that we're getting so many different antibiotics and hormones in our body from the food we eat, which is really not good, especially for a woman.
Right, right.
Especially for women, because we have female parts, and those female parts are very sensitive to hormones and antibiotics. So we
Well-
have to be careful.
That's true. And once I never eat greasy stuff. But like recently, I had an egg roll, and it was so fried. And I thought to myself, why did I have it for? Because my stomach was all upset. I'm like, it's my fault. But I was like, it's okay. I won't do that again.
Well, you see, the thing is that those oils are the root cause of a lot of
Trans
issues.
fat, yeah.
Because the root cause of most illnesses today is inflammation, and bad oils cause inflammation.
Right, right.
That is the cause of heart issues, is
Right.
inflammation, not cholesterol.
Exactly.
We need cholesterol, but the bad oils like the egg roll or the seed oils that are run so rampant in processed foods today, that is causing inflammation in our body. That is what's making us sick, not eating a hamburger per se.
And that's why I call you holistic doctor, because you're awesome.
Thank you, but I'm not a doctor.
That's okay. You know a lot. But yeah, I totally understand. There's some things that you can't recuperate from too easily. And once it's like irritable, you just really have to be careful.
My biggest thing is prevention. I am all about prevention. That's something that our healthcare system doesn't
Right.
embrace. We don't really have healthcare. We have sick care. That's a whole nother conversation. But prevention, doing what you can to prevent. I call it like stacking odds. Like I'm an odds stacker to make sure that we don't get sick. But it's not
Right.
just a cold that you have to worry about today. It's all the big sick. This is why
Yes,
this is what gets me up
unfortunately.
every day, to help people, to help up-level their health, to empower them to take control of their health. So important, because without health, we don't have anything.
Exactly. Your health is everything, or else, you're just a doomer.
Yeah, well, even with like prevention with women's health, right? So I do a breast detox every 3 months.
That's good.
I use 3 oils. It's frankincense, pink pepper, and grapefruit. And I put them on the girls every day for 30 days for every 3 months.
Well, that's great.
And that's preventative.
So they put it on their,
Well, first I put coconut oil or whatever carrier oil you want. And then in the palm of my hand, I put 4 drops of frankincense, 4 drops of grapefruit, and 4 drops of pink pepper.
wow.
And then I massage them in there. Frankincense can cause cell apoptosis.
Oh, wow.
And grapefruit has been shown has limonene in it, which is a high concentration, which can help prevent breast disease.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good to know. You can prevent a lot of things if you're careful.
Yeah, it's about what you want to do. It's like
Exactly.
I always say, how do you want your future chapters to read?
Exactly.
How do you want to write them? And then when I'm 80, I want to be hiking a mountain and looking for a waterfall. That's what I want my future to be. So that's why I'm so intentional about all the choices that I make and how I
Yes.
live my life. And people say, I can't be like you. I'm like, well, then don't be. But this is how I live.
That's why your skin's very nice and you're very healthy. God bless you.
Thank
We
you.
all have to take charge, because if you don't take charge of yourself, who is,
Nope. Absolutely. The only one responsible for our health is us. It's our doctors are not going to do it. Our government's certainly not going to do it. We have to rely on ourselves.
Exactly. And do you recommend anything for hair loss? There's a lot of people after menopause that either their hair looks like frizzed or they lose their hair, God forbid.
There's a few different things. One thing I would recommend is getting a good shampoo. A lot of the shampoos on the market today have harsh chemicals in it that
Yeah.
actually destroy the hair shafts, right?
Wow.
They're actually chemicals they use to clean car engines. So that would be one thing, getting a really good shampoo. The other thing I would also recommend, make sure you're getting plenty of omegas, because omegas are good for hair growth.
Oh, wow.
I recommend biotin. Biotin at a high dosage, like 10,000 IUs, is a good therapeutic to keep the hair growing well. And my secret sauce is I use rosemary oil. A bottle of rosemary oil lives in my shower, and I put it in my shampoo every time I wash my hair.
Ah.
I also have a hair serum
Oh, nice.
that I put on my scalp at night to keep my scalp healthy. It has rosemary, cedarwood, clary sage, and some almond oil. And I just apply that to the
That's
scalp,
good.
and I use that at night.
That's awesome. It's funny because I did read about rosemary oil and I boiled some and I put it in a hair bottle. They say to spray it. So that's what I did.
Rosemary, when actually I had some hair loss, and then I started using the rosemary, and then when I started using the rosemary, the growth I had, especially on the back, was so much growth, and not only did it come back, it came back curly.
That's so cute.
I never had curls before. What happened here? It was like I have this curly hair. My daughter's like, embrace your curls, Mom. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so there's a bunch of things. Again, find out what works for you. or
Right.
whoever's doing it, because that's what's important, knowing how our body is. A little fact about rosemary oil. Now we're surrounded by EMFs, light bulbs,
Yes.
appliances, our phones. I mean, we can't get away
There's
from them.
radiation all over you.
So rosemary oil, I taught a whole class on this about how to survive EMFs and navigate electrosmog. Rosemary oil has carcinic acid in it. It's the only oil that can help prevent the breakage
Oh, wow.
of our DNA.
Oh, wow. That's
So
awesome.
when you're using that in the shower, you're putting it in your hair, so you get it in transdermally, and you're also breathing it in. So you're actually helping your body against all the effects of the EMFs. So that's another great reason to use rosemary. And you can cook with it.
Yes, I do.
There's a whole bunch of the essential oils
Yeah.
you can cook with.
Right, right.
And like we just opened up in India, and they actually have on the India website the oils for cooking separated from the rest of the oils. So
Wow.
it's marjoram and lemon and all your citrus oils and oregano and thyme and cardamom and like turmeric, and you can cook with all the oils too. So there's so many different ways to use them. So even if you and they're really healthy to use. So like when you say, can you use them internally? Absolutely.
Okay. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
I don't wanna come back down from this town, this town, this town, this town, this town, this town.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back with Valerie Ingelson.
Thank you.
We're going to talk more about sleep and how, which oils, I know lavender, I'm sure, is one of them that helps with sleep.
Well, actually, lavender is, but we have a new sleep system that came out, and it is literally, people are not able to get up now, which is crazy. So we have an oil, it's actually called Serenity, and lavender is one of the oils in the Serenity.
Oh, wow.
So that could be diffused in a room, right? Always recommend if you're going to sleep with oils, fill the room 30 minutes ahead of time with a closed door. If you have an animal, keep the door open so the animal can get out. Just so no, but we have a soft gel called Serenity as well, and they reformulated it. So right now they added tart cherry to it, because tart cherry actually helps the body's production of melatonin,
Oh, wow.
which helps sleep.
Yes.
So then they have a sleep stick that has valerian oil in it, and you apply that to the bottom of your feet. between that and the soft gel, people are literally not getting up so easily. People who got up before their alarm are not getting up before their alarm now. So the sleep system has been hugely successful with people to get sleep. And what's important is that we need that restorative sleep. Without that restorative sleep, we cannot heal, especially when people have cell phones in their bedrooms.
Right.
Don't do that, people. There, you can get a pouch that blocks out those EMFs, because if you don't, you're not going to get that restorative sleep. Even on airplane mode, you're still getting the EMF. So the sleep system really is going to help people get really restorative sleep, which is important today. We're not sleeping enough. And when we can't heal, that's when our body goes kapooey.
You have your oil. I have my vitamin that came out. So that's awesome. Either one, like whoever wants the oil, whoever wants the vitamin. Mine helps boost the immunity as well. And it has melatonin, all the good stuff as well. Quick hello to Anne. Welcome back. She's sweet. She's always tuning into our show, different shows. But that's awesome. Sleep is very important for the body. If you don't sleep good, your immune system goes down.
Yes,
exactly. Unfortunately. So, yeah. And also, there's a lot of people that have TVs. They're like, do you want a TV? I said, no, I don't want TV where I go to sleep. I want it quiet. I don't want any TV because it's just the electrical stuff.
Well,
No way.
Yeah, and if you wear blue light glasses, it's okay. Because if you're on your phone before you go to sleep, you're on your computer, as long as you're wearing blue light glasses like a few hours before you go to sleep, because the light that gets emitted is actually going to keep you awake.
Exactly. That is very true. And nails. Do you have anything good for nails?
Yes, I'm a big proponent. We came out with a collagen product about a year ago. I've been taking it for so about 15 months right now.
Oh,
and
nice.
Not only has my skin texture and elasticity improved, but my nails are super strong because collagen, if you're not familiar with it, is the glue that holds the body together.
Right.
So the collagen we have, there are 28 known collagens in the body. Our collagen has 9 that are tested, but actually has like 23 different collagens.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a full body collagen addressing ligaments and joints and growth plates, not just the hair, skin, and nails. So it's a full body collagen. So yes, so that has been is super helpful for nails. It also has what I call a youth molecule in it that actually can help the body reverse aging a little bit. So,
Oh, wow.
So I always tell people, if you, I recommend the collagen for anybody who has bones, because it can help bone health. Collagen's great for bone health. So anybody, at any age, I wish I had this in my 20s, but I have anyone who has a broken bone, anybody who has, premenopause, postmenopause, any kind of bone health issues, it's super important. Any skin issues, so yes. So this takes care of a whole lot of different conditions with the body. I'm a big proponent, and it has been unbelievable. They actually had an AI study of the collagen, and they measured the depth of lines on some people's face in the study, and it actually, the lines decreased. Like
Wow.
the depth of the lines decreased. I thought that was cool that they used AI to do that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So you can massage it into your skin or take it orally, right?
No, the collagen is oral.
Okay.
It's a sachet, and you take 1 sachet a day. You can take 2, but I take 1. There are super users who do use more than 1. They use 2 a day. I use 1 a day. I just drink it.
Okay.
And it has an NMN in it. It's a long, big name, which I can't pronounce.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but that is what helps our body remember what it's like to be young.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Why it's called the youth molecule.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. So 1 a day, and that's good. I mean, there's no side effects, of course.
No. It's from fish. There are no heavy metals. A lot of the collagens on the market today have heavy metals, and if you're
They
taking
do.
a collagen and you don't know, call the manufacturer. And if the manufacturer doesn't give you the information, you don't want to take it.
Yeah, you have to be careful with certain vitamins. That's true. I had a friend of mine that she was taking something that was making her feel sick. So I said, why are you taking it? Just stop taking it.
You have
She's
to,
like, but I spent so much money on it. I was like, who cares? Throw it out.
you have to be really careful, because a lot of the stuff is on the market's not regulated, and there's a lot of bad vitamins out there. You have to trust it. That's why I trust the stuff that doTERRA has, because doTERRA has really high quality supplements backed by a medical advisory board.
Wow.
And they do research. So that's what gives me peace of mind when I'm talking to clients. I feel comfortable recommending it. And
Right.
I've looked at probably thousands in 18 years of vitamins, and there's the good, the bad, and the absolute awful.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to be super careful because it is your health. People think it's a vitamin, but if it's filled with fillers or questionable ingredients,
Yeah.
you don't want that. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, some vitamins have titanium dioxide in it. And I'm like, titanium dioxide's in sunscreen. Why are you eating sunscreen?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you have to know these things. And a lot of people don't know. That's why I do. That's why people send it to me and they say to me, can you look at this and tell me that this is okay?
yeah.
And usually it's not. And usually I figure out a supplement plan for them. Because supplements are foundational health. Our food supply is so deficient today of nutrients because our soil is bad and because they strip crop. And then by the time it gets from the farm to the table to the oven to we eat it, it's losing over 50% of the nutrients. So we need to fill in. So yes, people say, I don't need to I eat well. There's no amount of food that's going to make up for the lack of nutrients that's in our food supply today.
Right. That's so true. Well, we only have a couple minutes left, but if someone wanted to reach you, where can they find you?
Okay, so I have a website. It's valshealthycorner.com, or I'm on Instagram at Val's Healthy Corner. So that's how they can get a hold of me, and any information that they might want, and any of the oils or products I spoke about, they can reach out to me there, and I will be happy to direct them in the right direction to get them, or have a conversation with me about what works best for them and their health needs.
So could they email you?
Yes, you can through my website. valshealthycorner.com. They can email me. There's a contact page, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much. Everyone knows where they can find me at healingsonthego.com. I also have Facebook, Linda DeVitas, Instagram, healingsonthego.com. And I have my new vitamin that came out. Any questions, feel free to message me anytime. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. Any last words?
Be your own healthcare advocate. Especially today, it's so important that you take your health into your hands and empower yourself with the best possible ways. And if your doctor, this is important, your relationship with your physician is a partnership. It's not a dictatorship. And if you don't like the answers you're getting from your doctor, find a new doctor. They're not nutritionally trained.
Yeah,
they don't
that's
know. So that's really important. And do your research because you only have one life.
Exactly. Well, it was such a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for having
coming.
me. Thank you for having me, Linda.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, stay well, stay healthy, and have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye, everyone.